Good afternoon, this is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. And the Off-Grid baby cat chilling in the window. Sitting here getting her morning sunlight. How you doing, baby cat? Huh? You happy? Yeah, it's finally sunny. Finally. Well, partly anyway. I had to run the DC generator again last night because the RV batteries were down to 12.3 and I didn't want to wreck them while I'm working on my videos. Well, the wind is intense today. I need to get my wind turbines up, but I can't do it without money and without digging a hole. That's going to be a job. So let me show you what I've been up to. It's 12:30 already and I haven't picked up the camera yet. I've been cleaning in here. Now I'm going to start working on this wall here because I need to start using this place, and it's going to be really cold nights this week. It's down in the 30s. Now, for those of you who know what town I live in, please don't mention it out loud, but for those of you who know what town I live in, it's usually 5 to 7 degrees colder here in my meadow than it is in town. So anyway, my weather station out there in the meadow is not currently working. I'm sorry about that. Goliath Man is actually sending me a replacement. The guy who actually sent it to me originally, Goliath Man from Ireland, is sending me a replacement because this one is actually not working, and the company, by the way, did not want to deal with me. They were not very friendly and not very helpful, honestly, and I was surprised that the customer service really doesn't care. Even though I told them this is visible for the world to see, I was not impressed with their customer service. So anyway, Goliath Man is sending me his because he's buying a different one for himself anyway, and he's got the same thing. So that'll be coming, and my weather will be back online, and you'll get to see how freezing it is out here at night and in the mornings. So I've cleared away the entire floor here and swept everything because I'm going to hopefully be freeing up this, taking off the paper from the floor soon, and start to use at least from the divider, the halfway of the house. I'm just going to start using this part pretty soon. All I have to do is finish the walls in here, and then I can set up my table and chairs in the middle, get this junk out of here, and start using it. And you can probably see I got a lot of stuff out of here already. Just cleaning up what I not need now, like the battery charger. This battery's topped off happily and taking a good charge. This one's junk. It's got a shorted cell inside. A couple of them, I guess. It's down to 6 volts and that's where it stays. This one is up to normal operating voltage and running happily. I went out and got my Bedini charger because I'm going to be setting this up out here. I want to top off all my batteries that have been neglected all summer before they all get ruined, because, wow, that's brutal wind. Something's blowing around. But I don't want my batteries to get wrecked. If they freeze, they will be destroyed. So yeah, right now I'm going to do this paneling, and then after that I'm going to work a little bit more on this. Yeah, I go to McDonald's once in a while. I was in town this morning and got gas for the generators because I ran out, and hey, it's only $1. I love it. So I have to finish this, especially while it's windy, so I'll work on this a little bit after lunch. And check this out, I cannot believe it. I went to the hardware store and I got a light switch in a box. This was 25 cents. I can't believe it. 79 cents and 79 cents. Really cheap. For my indirect lighting in the living room, I'll be setting that up pretty soon. And I'm going to get these batteries and this entire box here. This is just the half of my bed from my survival truck, if you remember. My bug out survival truck. That's half of the bed, with the built-in fuse box and the cigarette lighter plug and the charger, the solar charge controller. All of this belongs to the survival truck for quick bugging out, and that's where it's going to go back to stay. Get it out of here. And I've got the batteries that were in the camper in the end, those 2 batteries, those solar batteries that I got from the scrap yard. are going to go down here under the counter temporarily, and I'm going to drill my holes through the wall here and bring in the solar power through the back wall here. I'm hoping maybe tomorrow, because today is Wednesday. I won't have a lot of time to work today on that. But I want to get those batteries set up, run the wiring in here, and start getting everything finalized for the lighting, so I can start working in here properly, because it's really dark at night. And the countertop, it's a job. It's a real serious mess. That glue from Harbor Freight made a mess. So yeah, I've got a lot of work to do yet on here. This side is done, and I think it's going to be okay. I can still see some glue in the deeper parts. It's just, what a mistake, what a mess. That Harbor Freight glue is such a mess. So yeah, I've got a lot of work to do on the counter. Probably another whole entire day of sanding, to be honest, because that glue gums up everything. I don't know. So I'm going to start working on this paneling. The wood outside is drying, and I should be able to get this wall finished. Well, sometimes life doesn't go as you plan. I've got this, I started on this wall instead because this stupid plywood is in the way, what I was going to use to make a bench, but now I will not. So now that's just really in the way. I've got my kitchen chairs out of the way, that's not a problem, but this is a monster. I'll probably use it for something. I'll figure it out later. It might end up being shelving and cabinets and stuff, like for here, for around the stairwell, and who knows what, but right now it's just really in the way. But the bad news is that I just ran out of brads from a brad nailer. Just 2 boards short of being finished on this thing. Really frustrating. 2.5 boards shy of being finished. And then I could have put all this back out of my way. I have purchased some, but they do not fit my nailer. So I get to run into town just for that. I just came from town for that. Quite frustrating, but I really want to finish this because the weather has been very bad, and I want to get all these boards cut and get this up before it rains again. Then the living room will be done except for the trim work, which, by the way, won't take much at all to do. And then around that window, I could have this entire living room finished, but ran out of materials. So off to town I go. Because once this section is done, I can put anything out here I want and it'll be out of my way. That can be storage, and then I can work my way through this way and clean out this area. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to town. I mean, really, I'm thinking about it. You can always think, well, maybe you can do something else in the meantime, but I got to get the nails anyway. Really want to knock this wall out, get it done, get this stuff put away. This is in my way. Get those trim pieces in the corners done while the weather's good. So I guess I'll stop talking about it and do it. Well, I made it back from town alive, and I finished the wall. So now I've got 2 complete, totally finished walls. The last piece was pretty tight. I had to pry it up a little, but I did it. It looks good. I can get this plywood out of my way. And then finish this other wall. But there it is. All the way to the floor. I love it. I'm going to have to oil this soon too. But for now, I just got to get this done. Get these walls up. I can oil these on a rainy day. So I'm going to go out, cut some more boards, and try to get this one done. And that'll probably be it for the day. Well, I just finished cutting wood. Can't even hear myself. I want to show you what I look like. If you can see me. Don't know if that shows up on the camera. all the dirt on my clothes. Covered with sawdust, and I'm completely, absolutely covered. So I cut a whole mess of boards. I got some laying down here. I got the last bunch I just finished right here. I was running the generator and my table saw, and I just finished. Hopefully I have enough to do the last wall inside now. Now I got to turn on the baby generator. To save gas, I'm using the little guy to run the air compressor and the big guy to cut wood. It's much more efficient that way. Way more fuel efficient that way. I'm really worried about the winds because it means I'm going to have to take down a canopy, which means this will all be exposed to the elements. Really bothers me. The wind is actually so strong it's starting to rip that, moving the bricks around, and that scares me. I hate to have to give this up because I don't really have a place to go work. Could use the canopy, but it's way far away from the house. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. Besides, that's going to have to go soon anyway, if the winds are this bad. This is premium wind turbine weather though. I wish they were up 60 feet up like I want them, but that's going to cost some money. I have the materials, but not the cement and the welder and everything else. So I need the equipment to do it. Alright, well I'm going to start putting this paneling up. See if I finish that wall yet today. Got the baby generator running. I only need to pump that to 8 pounds. Doesn't take much. I gotta check the time, but I might get this done yet tonight. I don't know, maybe not. Let me go check the time. I have no idea how late it is. I have to stop at 5 and get ready for church. Going well today. But I had to shut off the baby generator and start up the big one. I gotta cut a couple more pieces of wood. This is a 9-foot long section of wall. No, 12 foot, what am I saying? So that's a big piece of wood that's got to go across there. It sure is pretty though. Wow. It's really amazing. Really nice looking room. So I'll have that finished soon, and last I checked it was 3:30. That was before I did this last 4 rows here. So it's probably around 4 o'clock, which means I have time to finish this wall. And then I'll have this living room cleaned up. Maybe tomorrow, if the weather's good, I'll do the trim back here and back here. I'm going to have to run some wires through there first because the trim is going to cover the wires. Yeah, maybe I'll have to just wait on the trim because the trim is going to cover the wires up. And that's not a big deal to do in the future sometime once I've got things settled. But it's good. And then maybe I'll get this window framed in. That'll be another project coming up maybe tomorrow. Idea is to finish off this living room as soon as possible so I don't even have to walk back here anymore. And then I can just get stuff out of the way. I do need to finish oiling because that really looks good, and that's going to help preserve the wood and keep it from splitting on me. There's some lighter spots where it's absorbing the oil more, and it means I got to recoat it, obviously, till it stops absorbing, and then you wipe it off with a dry rag. So let me get at it. The living room walls are officially done. All the way down. All you gotta do is the trim on the bottom. There it is. Rustic cottage look coming along. And what time do we have? Forgive me, I'm checking my phone. 4:45. How's that for timing? Oh, I even got a few minutes to put some oil on the wall. I'm going to cut that edge of paper off and start smearing some oil for about 15-20 minutes. See how far I can get. Well, that's it. It sure looks pretty with the oil on it. It darkens the wood, but it also brings out the colors. Really brings out the colors. You can see at the bottom of the window where it stopped. I did back in there, really darken up the wood. But some of the colors, like this is one of my favorites right here. It really brought out the depth of the color and stuff. And over here you can compare the two walls side by side. You can see the sort of dull, untreated wood and the brighter colored, and you can see the grains in the treated wood compared to that side by side. There's where I ended. So, oops, camera. Need to turn on the light to really get some focus in here. But that's the wood grain, what you're seeing right there. Looks more and more like a salmon fillet. It's amazing. I have to move the camera slowly in the darker area. So, there it is. That one almost came out orange. Where am I here? Well, there it is. Trying to follow the line. Look at that. It was really orange colored. It's really awkward because I'm looking in the camera and I don't see what I'm seeing on the wall because of the shininess of the reflection. Shows up in the camera, not in my eyes. But I'd say it's a good day I'll finish that up whenever I get to it. It's not urgent to get the oiling done, but I didn't want to start any other project right now when I'd only had a short time to do it. Well, that's it. Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World, the Off-Grid Project, and the Rustic Tiny Cottage on Wheels. That's it for today. Talk to you later.